Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a very interesting topic for today's show in which it is people who want to act like trash and get away with it. Well, so let's get right into this. You know, it's been happening too much now. You see these so-called quote unquote adults uh, screaming, yelling, fighting, and fast food restaurants and supermarkets, uh, stuff like that. And, um, and then you got kids, uh, you know, uh, fighting on the buses and the trains and stuff like that. And it's all this nonsense, pathetic nonsense. And it needs to stop. We need to flip the switch on this and start to act like adults in life. If you're in the adult age, you need to start to act like an adult. And for those people who have kids, teach them how to act like young adults. Seriously. I was watching these videos online of, in which you had these people, these customers screaming and yelling at the workers, these fast food restaurant workers. Now, this was for people of both ethnicities, black and white, okay, acting like trash in fast food restaurants, screaming off the top of their lungs at the workers, okay, and the workers quietly, they were saying it nicely and everything for these people to leave, and these waste of life customers was screaming at them, "No, I'm not gonna leave. No, I'm not." And screaming and yelling and carrying on pathetic trash nonsense. And like I said, they're fist fighting as well. You got kids fist fighting on the buses and trains. These high school kids fist fighting on the buses and trains, holding up the buses and trains as well, in which a ton of people can't get to work and can't get to their destination that can't get to their destinations that they're trying to just get to because of these worthless pieces of trash kids who have worthless pieces of trash parents. Seriously. And this is one of the reasons why I said many times, get rid of Juvie Hall. It doesn't do anything. It's a luxury hotel for these waste of life kids that will never amount to anything in life, really. You know, it's a luxury hotel for them. And these are the same pieces of garbage that want to commit major crimes. Seriously. So get rid of Juvie Hall and put these worthless pieces of trash in an adult prison cell. That's what will fix them. Now, in New York City, the current mayor, Eric Adams, he has these community places out in society for kids, for troubled kids who want to change their lives around for the better. And that's great. That's great to have. That's wonderful. But now we need to add to that. And what do I mean by that? Well, New York State needs to change a broken bail reform law, number one, and they need to have strict discipline. Strict discipline. And what does that mean? Okay, if these kids, these teenagers, whatever, preteens too, if they really want to change their lives around, and I mean, if they really want to do it, then um, a judge can sentence them to say, you know what, you do this community service stuff and go to these places, and they'll help you change your lives around. That's great. That's great for a first offense. That's great. And also, it depends upon the crime as well. It depends upon the crime as well, because I'm not talking about murders, because that's major felony. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if they do stealing and stuff like that. I'm talking about the lesser crimes. Okay. Now, so if it's their first offense, great. They have an opportunity to change their lives around and to join these community places, right? Now, that's if they're really serious about changing their lives around. Now, what do I mean by we have to add to that? Well, what I mean to add to that is, and this is including with changing the bail reform law, it's two strikes and you're out. This is not a baseball game where it's three strikes and you're out. This is real life. This is reality. And what does that mean? Two strikes and you're out. You screw up again and you get arrested again for whatever reason, then your rear ends go to do many, 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 many years behind bars in a real adult prison. There you go. Seriously. That's what I'm talking about. This is what needs to happen. Okay. And then you got these fare evaders, even fare evaders, meaning the ones who refuse to pay the tolls for the buses and trains and stuff like that. And these are crimes. These are crimes. Okay. And they need to be arrested and put in jail for it. Seriously. Honestly. And like I said, you got these kids doing fist fights on the buses and stuff like that. And these people that are on the buses and trains early, especially early in the morning, these people are just trying to get to their jobs or whatever. And these kids are holding up the buses and the trains and everything else. And this is why I've said it for so many years. I said it for so many years, excuse me, uh, that, listen, sorry, this is why I said it for so many years that we need to have cops on all the bus stations, all the train stations, on all the buses, and on all the trains. Seriously, it's sad to say, but this is how these worthless pieces of trash act, and this is what they've created. Seriously. And then when they get caught by police, they start yelling at the police, "Don't touch me. What are you arresting me for? I didn't do nothing." Yeah, you did, because you're a waste of life that will never amount to a damn thing in life. You're a worthless piece of trash, and you're acting, uh, all this stupidity and everything, and you're causing all this violence and everything, and that's why you're getting into trouble. Seriously, honestly. And like I also said many, many times for so many years, we need video cameras on all the bus stations, on all the train stations, on all the trains, on all the buses. So that way there's video proof of how these waste of life, and the judges need to say, I want to see these videos. I want them. Stop this pathetic nonsense of the attorneys going, "Well, Your Honor, come on, you don't need to see it." No, 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 no. The judges need to see it. Seriously. Honestly, it's pathetic. It really is pathetic. And then getting back to these fast food restaurants and supermarkets even, these waste of life are, and again, it's about both ethnicities are doing this, not just one or the other. Both are black and white. It's like these white people are acting like trailer park trash, and the people of color are acting like ghetto trash. Seriously, when they're stealing, and then they want to get away with it, they start screaming and yelling and hollering and everything. They got caught and they don't like it. Seriously, come on, honestly. So, but anyways, like I said, it's time to flip this switch. If you're in the adult age, start to act like an adult. And if you have kids, start teaching them to act like young adults and to stop all this pathetic nonsense. So, with all that being said, I want to remind all my fans out there about my website, Advocate Information Highway. The link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. You guys could check out all the pages on there. And so, with that, take care, everybody. Bye.